Hello, and welcome to the podcast, episode 11, where today we're going to be discussing YouTube. I've said it a million times, and I'll say it again. I don't like YouTube. And, again, for the millionth time again, I feel like I can just end the episode there. YouTube is full of bias, idiocracy, and just the people that work there are genuine morons. And I'm sure there are just there must be a handful of people that are looking at their CEO and saying, "What are you doing?" There has to be, because there is very little things on YouTube that are good. So YouTube, in their own words, is share your videos with friends, family, and the world. Now, I don't really have a lot of issues with this description because, that's what it is. It's a way for you to record videos or podcasts, and share it with people that you want to share it with, or the world. So there are good things about YouTube. As I just said, amazing. You can share your experience with life to people that you don't know. Why would you not want to do that? Well, there are many reasons why you would not want to do that, obviously, but it's a way for you to become popular. I don't know. That's what a lot of people use it as. It's just a dopamine feed, and I think that's why YouTube was created, to just make people overload with dopamine, and that's what it does. YouTube has been around for nearly 20 years. It came out in 2005. And it's has it gone a long way? Depends. If you're talking about its user base, or how many people use it, yes, it's gone up by a long shot. But just if you if you're talking about just how it is, if you're just talking about how it has progressed in terms of just the way the company manages it, which is Google. I think Google manages it. It the way they manage it has gone down, badly down. I think just a few years ago, maybe even just a year ago, they demonetized people who posted hunting videos. Now, there are a lot of hunting videos on YouTube, and they're cool to watch because, not only does it might teach you something, but it is entertaining. And that's when YouTube did that, there were not many more hunting videos because the hunting videos that hunters were making were, suddenly not making them any money, so they didn't really have a reason to upload to YouTube anymore. Because a big reason of why why YouTube is so popular is that it makes you money. I think every ad view the viewer gets of the video is 3 cents. But here's the thing. YouTube will only care about you if you have around 100 to 1,000 subscribers. In between, it's just kind of, okay, you exist, but we don't really care. But if you have below 100 subscribers, such as me, you're obsolete. That's why if you look at my channel, you can't find it. It's impossible to find. You have to either put in the exact URL of my channel, or a rather strange alternative is you can look up Soyo Joe and you can find the interview that I did with him below his channel. Those are 2 ways to find my channel. Other than that, There is no other way to find my channel. If you look up the podcast on YouTube, it's not you will not find it. So I've just pulled up a list of things that you can't say on YouTube, and those things include spam and deceptive practices, sensitive content, including content that encourages child harm, sex, nudity, and self-harm. Self-harm and child harm, yeah. Okay. Violent or dangerous content, that's pretty much hunting. Dangerous content is really weird because, I mean, people such as Whistle and Diesel make a living off, as far as I'm concerned, they make a living off of dangerous content, or quote-unquote dangerous. Misinformation, which I'm sure YouTube will think that I'm doing misinformation by saying they're a piece of crap, but they don't care about me. Regulated goods. Oh, I see. Okay, regulated goods are goods that are subject to regulations by government agencies. And obviously there are certain words on YouTube that you can't say, but I'm not going to say those words, because I'd like to stay on YouTube's good side, even though I've already failed that. So as I've said, if you have below 100 subscribers to 1,000 subscribers, in between that range, that's when they care about you, kind of. If you have above 1,000 subscribers, then they'll start to say, "Oh, you exist, and we'll give you money." So here are the monetization guidelines. You have to have 500 subscribers, 3 video uploads in 3 months, which is 90 days, over 3,000 public watch hours, which is how long people watch your videos, and 3 million, or you have to have one of the following: 3,000 public watch hours on a normal video, or 3 million public shorts views, which are YouTube shorts, which is essentially TikTok, and I'm not endorsing ever. So they will not give you money if you don't have 500 subscribers and 3 video uploads in 3 months and at least 3,000 public watch hours on normal videos. And that just says it all. I get that YouTube needs to, make money without, going bankrupt, but there are people that also need money. You get it? So let's say, how about this? What if for smaller channels it's 1 cent or 2 cents for each ad view? And even so, 500 subscribers is hard for some people. I mean, there are such channels that have gotten extremely popular within a very short amount of time. I'm not one of those people, since I talk about things that people don't care, which I like doing. But wait, did I just speak in English? I don't think I did. Hold on, wait, let me listen to that recording again. Okay, I didn't. I make video. The reason that my channel hasn't, gotten very popular is, one, it's only 2 months old, and I didn't expect it to, get extremely popular very soon. But I make videos that people don't care about, because the average YouTube viewer is a person that just wants to watch some random 25-year-old play video games. And, I don't like doing that. I'm not I just, that's not my interest. But anyway, back to what I was saying. How about 1 cent for smaller channels for each ad view? And I get, ads are inconvenient for the viewer, but, I'll admit, I would very much like to make money off of the podcast. I would, if I had that opportunity, I would jump at it immediately. It would be extremely beneficial to me, especially for my future life, since, I'm, about to be grown up. So, as I'm sure you have gathered, YouTube has a lot of bias and idiocracy. So, one of the most idiotic things they've done is they've removed, well, quote unquote, removed the dislike button. It is still there, but it serves no purpose. I think the only person that can view dislikes is the video publisher. Um, but the viewer cannot view views. Why? I do not know. There is no obvious reason why they've done that. And their excuse for it is more ridiculous than why they've done it. Or it's more ridiculous than them removing dislikes. They were fearing that it would harm small creators. If there is a small creator that is emotionally harmed by a single dislike, they should not be on the platform. And I guess that's a way of them just to make more money, since they have a bigger, since they don't want people leaving, obviously, because the more people that um the more people that join their little granny band, is that it makes them money. So they don't want people leaving. So I guess that's it's still ridiculous, because it's, again, if you're harmed by a single dislike, just don't be on YouTube. Just, and I'm not saying, if you're, just get out of here if you're just a, if you're a, what's a word that I can say? You see, even I take many tries to say things on YouTube that aren't going to make YouTube airstrike my house, such as the social media episode, or the electric cars episode, or the AI chatbot episode. Those three episodes, excuse me, are all things that that YouTube would say no to, because all of the other people are like, electric cars are awesome because they they just make the planet so much colder. Or the AI chatbot, where AI chatbots are so cool because you can use them for math homework. I don't have to learn anything anymore. Or the social media episode. I was saying bad things about social media on social media. It's a bit ironic, and but even so, it's a way for me to say what I think about something. Now, there are some YouTube guidelines that I agree with, such as the nudity and sexual content. You don't want... YouTube is, I think, one of the largest video sharing platforms, and you don't want pornography on the world's largest video sharing platform. And I'm glad that they're doing something about that, as far as I'm concerned. For all I know, they may not be, because they're lazy. YouTube is lazy. They're so popular. They're just, everything they look at is blocked by dollar signs. Or suicide and self-harm. You don't want someone on your platform saying, "I'm going to kill myself," because for all I know, it could it could spread, because suicide is kind of contagious. Kind of. It's hard to explain. I'm not going to go into detail with it, but it's slightly contagious. Now, violent and dangerous content is the one that I just want to light something on fire about. It doesn't make sense, and they're not enforcing it, which is why the guideline should not exist. If you're not going to enforce it, then it shouldn't exist. So the violent and dangerous content. Let's see. Encourages harmful and threatening pranks. Johnny Knoxville is insanely popular on YouTube. So is Whistlin' Diesel. So is, I don't know, just any stuntman. stuntmen are extremely popular on YouTube. So this guideline just makes no sense at all. Misinformation. There's so much of that on YouTube. There's so much of that on there, I don't think I even will blame YouTube for not enforcing that, because it's just so common. Here's something interesting. Along with the misinformation guideline, elections misinformation. Material intended to mislead voters regarding the means, place, time, or eligibility requirements for voting lead to voter suppression. By the way, I'm reading this off of the Make Use of website. Information, regulated goods, alcohol, nicotine, pharmaceuticals, unlicensed medical services, endangered species or their parts, illegal drugs and controlled narcotics, and firearms and regulated firearm accessories, sale of organs. There's one I've never heard before. I don't think I've actually. That's one that they're doing pretty good about. That's one they're doing pretty good about enforcing, because I've not seen a single video that's about selling human organs. That'd be interesting to watch, though. Just saying, if you're thinking about making a YouTube channel, just beware. It's like walking through a minefield if you have more than 1,000 subscribers. And the thing is, by the time you have 1,000 subscribers, you're basically used to YouTube and have been sucked into their granny band, you know? Which is kind of the reason why I don't want my channel to be popular. I wouldn't mind it, but at the same time, it's not... It's not preferred. So, there are ways to, get views, is just, say controversial bullcrap, Episode 7, excuse me. But it's just, there are a lot of people that, say controversial things just to, get a buck. Or there are, people that'll do just insane things to get a buck. Or, there's wholesome content, such as, building, Lego things to get a buck. YouTube isn't all bad. It's not all good, but it's not all bad. It's not Satan, it's not, Satan's homeland. But it's definitely not heaven. There are, there are evil minds behind YouTube, a lot. There are a lot of evil minds behind YouTube. And never trust YouTube. That's all I'm saying. Don't take anything they say for truth. Because it's not... There's a high likelihood that it's not true. They're just trying to... I don't know. They're just being a really popular business and doing things that they really shouldn't be because they're lured by money constantly. So, with that, I think it is time to end this episode. Have a good day, and never apologize on YouTube. Please don't do that. Please, for the love of God, don't do that.